All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The second part of this lesson just scared my dog by talking so loud. Sorry about that. We're going to distribute. We're multiplying here. So we have to take root 3 times root 6. That'll be the square root of 18. When you multiply, they stay inside the root. Hopefully you remember that. Then we have root 3 times root 10. So it'll be the square root of 30. Now, we're not done because we can simplify. Root 18 is the same thing as 9 times 2. So this will be 3 root 2. Plus, and does 30 break down? It breaks down to 2 times 15 and 4, no, not 4, 5 times 6 and 3 times 10. Any squares there? No. So we just write this. That's our good answer right there. I love it. All right, now I'm going to change my color here. Here we go. 2 root 2 times root 10. So the 2 hangs out. 2 times 10 is 20. And then plus 2 times 4 is 8, so it'll be 8 with a root 2 on it right there. Okay, that's how you multiply those. So now I'm going to simplify. This 2's hanging out. This is the same thing as 4 times 5. Still plus 8 root 2, because that doesn't change. It's already simplified. Then this is 2. What's the square root of this 4? 2. So there's one step left, and I'll change my color again just to make sure you can see it. 2 times 2 is 4, so it'll be 4 root 5 plus 8 root 2. Can't combine them any further, can't simplify any further, so you're done. And just like that, with the power of technology, I have changed the slide. So here we go, again, distributing. Oh, gross, that was a terrible line. This times this. So negative 4 times 2 is negative 8, and then it stays root 15. Then I have this times this. Now this one's tricky, so I'm going to come over here. Negative 4 root 15 times 5 root 3. How you do this? You take the coefficients, you multiply them first. So that'll be negative 20. Then you take these two and you multiply them, and that's going to be the square root of 45. We can keep simplifying that though, and that's just what we're going to do. It's still negative 20. Let me go ahead and erase that plus that I put over there. 45 breaks down to 9 times 5. So I still have negative 20. What's the square root of 9? 3. So 3 pops out, the 5 stays in. So what we really have here is 8 root 15 minus 60 root 5. Okay, because negative 20 times 3 is negative 60. Now, can we combine those two? No. 15 doesn't break down inside the root, and 5 doesn't either. So that's it. That's as good as we got. Now, the next one, this one, dun dun dun, is just like we were multiplying like x plus 3 times x minus 2, things like that. We have to double distribute. So I'm going to take my time, and these happen to be something called conjugates. All right? They're essentially the same thing. The only difference is one is a plus and others a minus. That'll come into play big time on the next assignment, or maybe the next section. Who knows? Either way, we take this first term, which is root 2, we multiply it by all that. So root 2 times root 2 minus 3, because that's what's here. Then, change the color up for emphasis, I have a plus 3 times this whole thing in here. So, the same thing, root 2 minus 3. And now I'm going to double distribute. So, root 2 times root 2 is the square root of 4, which is 2. Root 2 times negative 3 is negative 3 root 2. 3 times root 2 is a positive 3 root 2. And then 3 times negative 3 is a negative 9. Now, this is where it gets interesting. When you multiply conjugates, these middle roots, they go away. They always should be the opposite signs. So those are done. Now all we have to do is worry about 2 minus 9. And so our answer here is going to be just negative 7. No root or radical in our answer. That's it. And the last two, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go with, I haven't used orange in a minute, so here we go. Double distribute, so I'm taking root 5 and multiplying it by all this. So root 5 times everything in the second set of parentheses, root 5 plus 5. Then I take negative 2, that's the second term here, and multiply it by the same thing, root 5 plus 5. These are not conjugates because they're not just opposites. They have a different second term. So it's not going to be as fun as the last one if you want to call that fun. So root 5 times root 5 is the square root of 25, which is 5, plus 5 root 5, minus 2 root 5, and then minus 10. This step is truly important, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta have it. Then we can have some fun. Those two, we can combine those. They make -5. Then these two, we can add those together. Combine those, if you will. And we get +3 root 5. You're done. That's it. So then we come down here, and it's a very similar problem, if you will. Maybe it looks like the exact same. Well, we'll see. We're going to take this first term, multiply by all that. So 5, and then -2 plus root 5. And then we're going to take the second term, which is root 5, so plus root 5, times -2 plus root 5. That's a 5. Okay, so this will be -10. Yeah, it's looking like it is. Plus 5 root 5. Minus 2 root 5. And then plus square root of 25 is 5. So yeah, we end up getting the exact same answer as number 29. It just looks different. So maybe I'll help you out with number 32. It's probably nice of me. So I'll write -5 plus 3 root 5. And I lied. This is not the last problem. The last problem I'm going to do is number 32. So here we go. I have 5 root 2 times all this. So it'll be 5 root 2 times 4 root 2 minus 4. Then I have 1, which is kind. 1 times 4 root 2 minus 4. That's going to be nice to do because multiplying by 1 is pretty easy. Now this times this. 5 root 2 times 4 root 2. That's going to be, let's see here, 5 root 2 times 4 root 2. What's 5 times 4? 20. What's root 2 times root 2? That'd be square root of 4, which is 2. So what is 5 root 2 times 4 root 2? It is 40. That's where that comes from. Then 5 root 2 times -4 will be minus 20 root 2. Once again there, you just multiply the coefficients. Then it's just adding 1 times 4 root 2 is 4 root 2. And 1 times -4 is -4. So now, I'm going to combine the whole numbers first. I get 36, and then I add these two together. It's going to be -16 root 2. All right, your job is to finish all the evens. Thank you so much.